Hi everyone, so in this video, we're gonna talk about MegaWide. How will this news item where MegaWide's original proponent status for NAIA has been revoked, how will it impact the stock in general, what's the news, and then let's also look at the fundamentals and the technicals of the stock. So if you guys are ready, let's go. So by the way, this is how I plan to structure today's stock. No, I want to basically look at what's happening, what's the news item. I want to look at the price movement for today. Let's look at how foreigners have been buying or are they actually selling. Then let's look at the fundamentals. Then we will zero into the technicals of the stock. So let's go. By the way, before I also do a deep dive on certain things, this is how I plan to structure everything, and especially the things that we need to consider as a stock market trader and investor. Please do note also that and if you're relatively new to this channel, never ever buy, sell, hold, or avoid the stock just because it's discussed in YouTube. Please do take the time to study. Please do take the time to learn the rudiments on your own because it's your money, it's your responsibility because it has to be you who has to learn how to decide whether you should buy, sell, or hold the stock. So please never ever buy a stock just because it's talked about here. Never ever transact because it's talked about here. Even if friends tell you to buy a stock, never do that. That's the worst way for you to invest. Never ever listen to the opinions of others. Take the information, take the data, and then build your own conviction. And even if we talk about MegaWide here, please do note that this is not me telling you to buy, sell, hold, or avoid or transact based on this. This is me giving information, but I do hope that you do your own due diligence, consult your own financial advisor, and trade the markets with confidence based on your own parameters for buying and selling using technicals or fundamentals. So let's begin. If you guys are ready, comment below. I'm ready. Comment below. I'm excited. Comment. I want to know more. So this is how MegaWide ended today. The news though was relatively from a bullish or bearish standpoint, you could consider it as something that's bearish because if you look at it also from a price standpoint, the stock dropped to 8.7 pesos per share, giving it a 4.29% decline. If you also look at the lowest point for the day, we've seen the stock go to as low as 8.27, coming from a price of 9.09 pesos per share just yesterday. The bulk of the transactions for today was around the 8.7 mark, which was our closing price, which 8.25% of all of the trades, or at least the volume, could be seen there. And that being said, also, I just like to point this out in terms of net foreign buying or selling. Foreigners sold this stock down to the tune of 8 million pesos. But relatively, if you'll also see it, there really wasn't much transactions in terms of foreigners. Total value turnover for the day was 208 million, but majority of the movement was basically from local retailers and local institutions. So that's where we are from a price point of view. But this is already pushing that it's not really a bullish type of news that would cause people to be excited and start buying. And also, if you just look at it from face value, losing your original proponent status is something that will give you the potential to lose possible revenues in the future. But anyways, let's look at what happened. So this is the headline that was pointed out. The government revoked Megawide's original proponent status for the NAIA 1 rehab. Please do note that this has been pitched through the years that there would have been also a super consortium with Ayala, I think Aboitiz and Pangilinan was there. Philippines was also part of that deal, which they did not get. They did not get it or it did not push through. Then a couple of months back, MegaWide got this. And they had plans. They showed plans already on how they were supposed to rehabilitate it. Which please do note, I really believe it's something that's needed. We really need to have a nicer airport here. I know Clark is amazing. That's also MegaWide, by the way. Then you have the Bulacan Airport, but the Bulacan Airport will still take years before it gets finished. This is a really, really good uh, alternative airport for the short term for all of us as well. Anyways, so the project was around 109 billion pesos. So imagine the impact of this should Mega World have gotten it, and imagine the impact that the potential of it, that the potential na mawawala sa kanila because this was because of the original proponent status being revoked. So as of now, based on what I've seen, there was no reason given on why the status was revoked. But what Megawide would actually do and what they're currently doing right now is that they're filing for a motion for reconsideration for whatever for their status being revoked to be taken back, for that particular motion to be taken back as well. So allow me to update you over the next few days and weeks how this will progress. But I really do hope this gets resolved quick, because we really need this Sana to be rehabilitated. We want to see a better NAIA. We want to see a better airport. We want to see that when foreigners come into the Philippines, they get to have a better experience. And it's high time also that the private sector, I really believe, in terms of running uh, certain services like this, will do a better job, because metrics are there. And if you've seen how they've done the Clark Airport and what they're doing to Cebu, it's amazing. So I hope that this gets resolved as well, not just from a stock market investor slash trader standpoint, but also from a standpoint of someone who flies a lot and someone who wants to see better things, better days for the Philippines. So, anyways, let's look at the fundamentals and later the technicals for Megawide. For Megawide, please do note that they have land ports. They own the integrated hub near near the MOA area, near the Bay Area. They also own airports, and they're basically a construction company. So this is how their income has looked. We've seen income from Megawide from 2015, 2016, 2017 push up. However, from 2017, 2018, 2019, we've seen their income start to decline. So again, 2015 to 2017 was good for them, increasing earnings. But 2017, 2018, 2019, we've seen their income start to decline. But what's interesting though, and please do know that we are in the midst of a new normal, that as we are in the midst of a new normal, it would be interesting to see also, let me fix my mic. It would be interesting to see also how this would be impacted, or how the impact of the illness has and the lockdowns on Megawide. So looking at their quarterly earnings, March they made money. However, what's interesting and what raises a bit of alarm is their second quarter and their third quarter disclosure, where they lost around 600 million pesos for the second quarter of the year, and they lost around 300 million pesos for the third quarter of the year. For those who attended their Stock Smart sessions, you know our scenarios when you see a type of income that looks like this. I place this in our scenario 3 type, and when you see a quarterly earnings disclosure like this, already know also what are you supposed to do when we see movements like this. So that's the income of Megawide declining for the past 3 years, and then they got net losses for the second and third quarter of 2020. So looking at it also, no, it could be safe to assume that 2020 earnings, or whatever their bottom line will be, won't be as good as what 29 has given them, and which is something that is systemic also for the Philippines as a whole and the world as a whole, that a lot of companies will be getting not so good bottom lines for 2020, which will extend uh, their downward trend in terms of their income for from 2017, 2018, 2019, and 2020. So I hope you're learning, and I hope this is something that's helping you. If it's something that's helping you, appreciate it if you could smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. Or if you just want to support this video, just type I'll go, 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 I'll go. Anyways, let's continue. Here are some key ratios. Price to book is at 2.37, 2.37. Dividends, this is the 2020 dividends that they gave out at the start of the year. It was at 0.12 pesos. Assuming that they give the same amount for next year, which I don't know how it will be, given that they lost money for two straight quarters this year. But just an assumption, given today's stock price and given the dividend for the start of the year, if they replicate that for next year, which I don't know if it will happen, but if it happens, the dividend yield is at 1.38%. So if you've attended our sessions and you looked at our benchmark in the sessions on how you're supposed to go about the dividend yield, 1.38 could be run against them. Anyways, ROE is 5.97. Debt to equity is relatively high at 333.92. Their current ratio and quick ratio are all above 1, so which is something that tells them that they have at least enough uh, they have enough assets to cover their current liabilities and the liabilities that they need to pay for, or at least they need to settle on a quicker basis, or at least uh, they have enough cash and assets also to settle their liabilities. So anyways, that's where we are in terms of some select ratios that I wanted to discuss. I want to share this also to a lot of people who inquired when our next StockSmart sessions will be. We did a pilot run, small session, new normal type of setting. Uh, Face masks, face shields, alcohols, one person per table. We did it a couple of days back. We're gonna do one run again this January. Small group session. First come, first serve. Link will be in the description below for those who want to join us. But it will be technical analysis session Saturday and Sunday last week of January. So you can click that if you want to join and be part of it. We can only accommodate a few people given the conditions that the hotel uh, allowed us to, and given that we can only accommodate a small amount given social distancing protocols. For those who cannot join that, we're currently editing also. The team is editing StockSmart's online technical analysis course. So it's currently being done. This is me drawing for that particular session, but I think it will come out for the first quarter of 2021. We don't have yet a sign up link, but we do have another link beside it. If you want to leave your email and you want to be notified when the session will be out soon, please leave your email for StockSmart's technical analysis online course so you can have it there as well. Anyways, things to consider also on why their earnings are down for the year. Please do note, because of the lockdowns, constructions have been hit, and also a lot of the development have been tapered a bit because of what's happening due to the illness that we have, or at least illness that has hit the Philippines. And also, please do note that they own an airport. They have Mactan, and they also finished Clark. Uh, Travel has been hit. Their passenger count for the year is significantly down from where they were in 2019. So, of course, that had a big impact on their earnings as well. I think their only bright spot right now is their land port, which I mentioned earlier, is something that has given them revenue, which they saw an increase in terms of their earnings, which is situated close to the Bay Area. So there. Now looking at the charts, this is how it is. Um, Megawide hit a resistance somewhere around 10.5 just at the middle of December. Then we started to see it start to decline. And what's interesting also is it broke down from the support level. Today's current movement made the stock go below the short-term support. So please do note that if it does not go back to that particular support level, possible retracement for the stock could go to as low as this, which is its current new support right now. So this is its current resistance and this is its current support. It's in the middle, so there's a possibility that it could retrace back to this main support level. But if it goes back, breaks back up, people start buying again, then it goes above this new resistance, then this could be the particular range where Megawide could possibly move and trade that. One thing I'd like to note though, that for the short term, we're seeing downward movement. We're seeing a downward push. We're seeing a short-term downward. Uh, we're seeing a downward progression for the stock for the short term. But if you'd extend this, it's still moving on its upward trend. So I think all eyes will be in this particular support range where my mouse cursor is. This particular support range is something that's very, very interesting, because if it holds and bounces this particular support range, then we could possibly see a bounce further. But allow me to update you on where Megawide is, how it will possibly go, and what its possible progression. And please do know that all of this I'm saying given the current scenario of Megawide, that they lost money for the second and third quarter and they have declining earnings for the past 4 years already. So again, I've mentioned this in a lot of the videos that there's also a narrative that, hey, a lot of people are forward looking, they're looking for the recovery, they're looking for the possibility that, hey, because of what's happening, we may see as things start to recover, as things start to open. This may be good for their construction business, and in the same way, other Cebu, Mactan Airport as well. So there, if you guys have any questions, 2 ways on how you can reach me, or 3 ways. Number one, leave a comment below, and I'll try to answer it on another video. Or if you just really want to support the channel, type algo and smash the like button as well. You can reach me also if you have personal questions. You can send them, number one, via Instagram DMs. I try to reply to at least 20 people for the day. We get hundreds of messages there, but as much as possible, I try to reply to 20 people. Then another way is via Patreon. Link is in the description below for those who want to join our Patreon community. It's a smaller community, so it's easy for me to reply to all of your questions there. Then, for those who want to support the channel, link is down below to my YouTube community group. Want to support the channel, click that. Then links are down below for my books. For those who want to invest in the U.S. markets via eToro, and for those who also want to somehow, some way, also, uh, how do I say this? Want to learn via the books or the seminars? They're all down below as well. I just have one request. I don't know. I said this in the previous video, but for those who want to support my first channel, I don't ask much for this. But if you want to support it, my goal, sana, for the end of the year is to hit 200,000 subscribers in this main channel. We are now on December 16, so I'd appreciate it if you can support it. You can like it. The ways on how you can help make it hit 200,000 is, number one, subscribe for it yourself. Hit the like button or hit the bell so you get updated every time I have new content. Or a super, super amazing way also, aside from hitting the like button, is to share the channel or to share a specific video, something that you like, to your friends via Facebook or Twitter or Instagram. So there. And again, this is my second channel. If you'd like to know more about deep dives about the stock market, you can click this, subscribe, and smash the bell as well. So there, thank you so much to everyone who joined us in this particular deep dive, and I hope that this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, guys, and God bless you all.